Hello, everybody. So, you heard about this radium thing and it sounded intriguing. So, you went on and downloaded it and opened it, and oh my, how do you do, well, anything in it? That's what this video is about. So, let's get started. First, to make some noise, you need an instrument. And radium isn't like the trackers of old, where you could load samples and instruments and then use them in any track. In radium, instruments are assigned to tracks. So let's load an instrument. You go above a track and click the invitingly named Click Me button here. Now, if you are working with samples, you choose new sample player, or if you are using VSTIs or something else, you choose from plugin manager. So let's open a plugin. Let's say I load a Vital. I double click it and it's loaded. And next we need some notes. In Radium you can use your computer keyboard to enter notes. So Z key, if you press Z key now, you will get C. And you get the C in the octave that has been chosen, which is displayed here at the bottom of the screen. It says octave 3, and you can change octaves by pressing F1 or F2, going up and down. Anyway, so you press Z to get C, S to get C sharp, X to get D, and so on. And you get another octave up from Q onwards. You can move around using your arrow keys, so you can move around and just enter notes here. But let's say I know I want to enter notes only every second line. That's where the edit lines comes into play. It's again at the bottom of the screen here. You can edit them here, or you can press Ctrl and let's say 2. Now the edit lines is 2, and I get the cursor skips one line. So let's play something here, like okay, now we have some notes. And we can play it. We can play this block by pressing the right shift key. And to stop it, you press the space bar. Okay, now we have some music here. How do we get it sounding nicer? How do we edit the instrument? We go to the instrument tab here, and you get this little bit intimidating UI. And the first question you probably had before is, where is the GUI of my instrument? It's here. If you press this button, you get the UI of that instrument. And let's go on and just enable the filter here for now. I'm not going to design any nice sounds, sorry about that, but I'll enable the filter now. It'll come handy later. Anyway, let's go through the instrument view. First you get this little grid here. You can enable multiple voices for that instrument. For example, you can enable one here, and it will play octave above the original sound. And you can adjust all these. You can adjust also the volume, when it starts, how long it plays for, and even the chance, so you get some random action going. So let's enable this, and here so it plays a note an octave above the original sound. Anyway, the next grid here has many things going on. It has all the parameters for your instrument, and you could actually adjust them here, but that might not be the easiest way to go about it. But we can do something interesting here. Let's find the filter cutoff, which is here. We enable the filter. Now if we want to make an automation lane for that, we can right click here and add automation to current editor track. And now we have it. It's kind of hard to see, but it's here where our cursor was. Now I can use my mouse to make an automation here. Let's make something like this. Let's hear it. It works as expected. But Radium being a tracker, you can also edit that using your keyboard. For that you need to press right button above the track and then enable the FX text. And now you have actually the values displayed in one column, and you can edit them. Let's say we want to have some more intense action here. I can enter values here. Let's say something like this. We got some zigzag going on, and it sounds like this. So it's a faster way to get achieve certain things that wouldn't be much slower to try to draw that with a mouse, and we can delete them by using delete button. I'll switch again to edit lines 2 and then just press delete button, and I can get rid of those quite easily. So that's how you get some automation going, and that's how you edit parameters using like a tracker interface. You can see there are other things you can also enable, like chance and velocity and so on, if you want to edit them. And also here's one demonstration why you don't usually go clicking around in the Radium interface. It usually does something if you click somewhere, and it's usually not what you meant to do. Okay. Also, Ctrl Z is your friend. That's undo. Anyway, let's continue with the instrument pane here. So you have all the parameters here, and you can do all kinds of stuff. You can also add automation to sequencer track. We could do that now, and we'll come back to it later. And also you can assign modulator here. Let's do that too. If you click that, you might miss this very little window that opens up. You need to click this create new modulator. As you can see, it started going up and down because there's an LFO assigned to that. We'll come back to that later too. Anyway, we also have, every track also has compressor. That's quite rudimentary one, but you can you can get by if your needs aren't that complex. You need to enable it here, and you can adjust attack and release and ratios and other things. Then you also have equalizer, which isn't a complex or visual one, but for some basic needs it's good enough. You have like low pass, low shelf, some frequencies, high shelf, high pass, and you can enable these sections individually, and then you adjust them. And with all these things, you can also add, by right clicking, you can assign automation lanes and modulators for them. That's nice. And the last bit about a track is this miscellaneous section here. You can pan track, you can add the width to it, which sounds nice sometimes. You can just adjust the pitch here, and then you can use the default buses, reverb and chorus, and you have 3 auxiliary buses you can repurpose later. So let's add some reverb and hear what we have now. Interesting. That's because we have the modulator for the cutoff going on. Anyway, now you have filled one block here with wonderful music. And you're thinking, where to next? How do I get more blocks, more music? Because that's quite a short piece of music. So we go to the sequencer here. Now we have here this block we have edited here. If we want more blocks, I can just like right click here and insert block and create new block if I want a new block. I can also insert the existing block where we get like the same block twice. Also, you can see the cutoff automation for the sequencer is here now. So I can have automation that goes through several blocks by assigning or creating automation lane, a sequencer automation lane for the instrument parameter. So that's how you do that. You can rearrange the blocks here, and you can make a new one here. Like I said, insert block, create new block. Now I have a new empty block where I can make more music. We also see these blocks here. There's a list of blocks top right corner. You can see the blocks we have created. And then you have them here again. What's the point of this? Well, the blocks above are blocks that are existing, and the list below is the sequence of blocks that's going to play in song mode. They are going to play in this order, and if you reorder them here or here, then they play in different order in song mode. Also, if you delete them here in this sequencer, so press delete like this. I don't know why the GUI right click delete doesn't work, but delete button does. Anyway, I have deleted all the blocks here, but the blocks are still in this list. They are still around, and you can actually just double click them like this also to make a sequence in sequencer. And to play this whole thing, you press spacebar to play it in song mode. You have the cursor here where it starts. And press the space bar to stop it. So, what's left? We should go to see the mixer. If you press F7, you get to see the mixer. Radium has a modular mixer where you can route the sound however you like. Now we see the modulator here we assigned for the filter cutoff. So if I click it and go to the instrument pane, I see the parameters here. I can actually switch it off so it stops moving, and then I can edit all the other parameters here. I can also delete stuff here by pressing left shift and click. Now my modulator is gone. That goes on for all these other elements here as well. So if I left shift and click here, I delete the connection from vital to main bus, and now we don't hear anything. Oh, we heard the reverb. We heard the reverb because we are sending vital, that track to the reverb. Anyway, we don't hear the dry sound. Now we do. And also I can add more effects here or plugins by right clicking and then adding from plugin manager. So let's add another reverb here, like plate reverb. Now I can route my sound from here to there, snap there, and then to the main bus. Now we have the dry sound and going and through the reverb and another reverb, and it sounds like this. Okay, so that's probably all the basic blocks you need to build a song in Radium. It's a basic tutorial, and it didn't cover by any means all the things that Radium can do. There are far more things you can do in Radium, but like I said, I hope it gets you started. That's usually the worst part. And when you start doing something and making music, you will find other things you need pretty easily. I also encourage you to go through the menus of Radium and see all the hotkeys there are. And there is actually a manual for Radium. I'll put the link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and keep tracking, and see you later. Bye.